online fitness and nutrition coach, and I help women for the last 3 years. And for the last 3 years, I've been helping women see results, fall back in love with themselves, see results, and build healthy habits that support their current lifestyle. Honestly, this one's going to be a quick one. I'm going to tell you exactly why I am the anti-30-day fitness challenge coach. I'm also the anti-extremes coach. I talked a lot about this on the motivation podcast a few weeks ago, but let me just reiterate it because I think it's so important. And I want to just talk specifically about why 30-day challenges are not getting you long-lasting results. Okay, so you see your favorite fitness influencers posting this 30-day challenge, okay? And you're like, cool, I'm going to do that. You hop in this challenge, they give you the macros, they give you the workouts, they give you the cardio, they give you all the things. And they're like, go do this plan, you will see results. Of course you will. Because you're working out, you're tracking your food and eating in a calorie deficit, you're doing cardio, making you be more in a calorie deficit, and you have some sort of community probably along with it, right? Of course you're going to get results. The problem is that once you started that challenge, you went balls to the wall. You went all in. You went from 0 to 100. So when you get to day 31, you're feeling exhausted, burnt out, like you need a break, and you're ready for the biggest cheat day of your life. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, this feels so good to finally relax and not be so stressed about getting the results and winning the challenge and doing the things, right? Like, you didn't even learn why you're doing those things. All you learned is that you had to do those things to see results. But realistically, you didn't learn the why. So you don't actually know if for you personally that is necessary. And what I mean by that is I have clients that work out 3-4 days a week, and I have clients that only work out 2 days a week. I have clients that do cardio multiple times a week, and I have clients that don't do cardio. It depends on your current lifestyle. Do you actually need to? For me, in my current job, if I joined a 30-day challenge and they told me I needed to go on a 45-minute walk every day, I couldn't survive it. And chances are the amount of food that I would be eating would be substantially low. So I would be hangry. I would have cravings. I'd probably have blood sugar crashes all day. I need loads and loads of caffeine to stick with it. And these are things that I didn't understand. So I would join these 30-day challenge being like, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I need to do. And then finally, I learned that each individual is different. Each individual has a different job, has different potential needs for themselves based on their job. If you're a nurse and you are running around for 12 hours 3 times a week, do you think that you also need, after your 12-hour shift, to go on the Stairmaster 3-4 times a week, plus on your off days as well for an hour? Probably not. We probably don't need that. You probably just need the cardio on the days that you're off. Unless you can't do it for whatever reason and you just are more motivated or whatever to do it on those days. Everyone is different. I had a client who was a nurse and was like, I cannot fathom spending any amount of time before or after my shift anywhere other than my own home. So we didn't. She literally woke up, went to work, came home, went to sleep. And the only time she ever did any sort of workouts or cardio was on her days off, because that is just how she needed it. But I also have friends who are like, I don't want to have that responsibility, and I'm already awake and moving around. And so I'm just going to go get my workout in after my shift, and it's going to be okay, regardless of what time it is. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to go to sleep. And then I'm going to wake up, and whether it's do it again or finally have an off day, whatever it is. Each individual is different. So when you're joining these 30-day challenges, they're not necessarily allowing you to have that flexibility with yourself. But then on top of that, you're so motivated to do it. You have this all or nothing mentality. So when day 31 comes around and you go on this big cheat day, and then you're feeling sluggish and you don't get your workout in, and the next day you're like, okay, I'm going to get back on it. And then you kind of don't. And then it just continues to repeat itself. And then a few weeks later, you're like, oh, shoot, I need to do another 30-day challenge because I'm looking a little soft, right? And then you're on this hamster wheel. Rather than Just understanding what your current lifestyle is, what habits are important for you to build, and maintaining those as consistently as humanly possible for yourself so that you can see results for the long term without feeling that stress of having to jump on the hamster wheel and go, 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 go until you're burnt out and you can't do it anymore. These are the things that we need to change, okay? This is also why I'm the anti-extremes coach. I don't want to say anti-75 hard because that's harsh because I'm not anti 75 hard. I'm not anti-keto. I'm not anti anything minus like Weight Watchers. But that's only because I think it's kind of like a skeevy diet. I don't know. Anyway, like keto, like you're not like going on keto.com and like buying snacks, right? Like you're going on weightwatchers.com and like buying their snacks. That was tangent. We're going to move away from that. I am not anti any of those things. Really not. If it works for you, great. But I am anti the idea that you have to do those types of things in order to get results. Because I don't think that you have to do 75 hard to get results. In fact, and I've talked about this before, 75 hard was not built to get you weight loss results. 75 hard was built to allow you to push past your internal limits to do hard things. It wasn't built as a weight loss program. Yeah, that's what a lot of people use it for. And then when you get to day 76, you go on this binge because you're like, I'm free. No. You're not supposed to be free. You're supposed to take all of the things that were working for you and all the things that were making you feel really good about yourself. You're supposed to keep doing them. Continue to do them, right? Like, that's the point of it. And keto, for example, like when you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this for 30 days and see results. Well, what happens when you're not doing that anymore and you start eating the carbs and then you gain a little bit of weight and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the carbs? No, it's your body adjusting, first of all. If you're still eating in a calorie deficit, like your body is just adjusting, okay? But also in keto, if you go from, not eating carbs and just eating meat and vegetables, and then you decide to just like all of a sudden start eating bags of chips every other day, yeah, you're gonna gain some weight. Because regardless whether you're on keto or a normal diet or, normal food intake, you're eating bags of chips and going over your calorie goals, you're gonna gain some weight. Like there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that is like the whole reason I'm like anti 30-day challenges, anti-extremes, because I want to teach you. And I want you to fully understand what you individually need to do every single day to get results, or at least with 85% consistency. And I want you to be able to do that long term, no matter what life throws at you. I want you to be able to grow with that in your life. And we can't do that if you're feeling burnt out every time you're done with your 30-day challenges, because it's not sustainable for you. It's sustainable for some people, but if you're doing them, seeing results, losing the results, and having to do them over and over and over and over again, it's not sustainable for you, and we have to identify why. So I hope this podcast was helpful for you. And if you're on that hamster wheel and you're ready to get off, I got you. Just let me know. I'll talk to you next time.